You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
The podcast back, and there's gonna be trouble. Hey, la, the podcast back. The Chailles are back. Chad Shank is back. We have the full cast of Bisbee characters. Jobi's here. Bingo's here. Everyone's here. We're on the deck for playoffs, and
first time ever on the deck, right?
people really thought that we weren't bringing the podcast back. However,
wait, we're bringing it back?
We're talking into microphones.
Oh, I thought this was a new one.
I thought maybe it was just sense memory. The only time we talk to each other is if microphones are in our face. Yeah. They might be dummy mics.
We have to have something at our face.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
While I was gone, I worked at Glory Hole just because I missed you.
That's the only way I can have a conversation. Sir, stop talking and start sucking.
The knock.
The Chailles have been gone for like almost a month. And today it feels like Christmas and New Year's all together. Yeah. It's, you were sorely missed.
Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time I was talking to Tracy by the pool. 3-week vacation. Can't remember the last time I took a vacation. Like, my fucking life's a vacation. I'm very lucky. But honestly, to do fucking nothing. We had got the books out, motherfuckers. Wow. UK. You didn't get it till the 28th. Big fucking deal. We were promising for the domestic. Denise did fucking awesome. But that was my first week on vacation, was managing, getting all that out for your book, that was worth it.
While you were gone, we finally put out that old Pop-Off Vodka Presents special on something. I don't know where to get it. I know nothing about it. I didn't care. I read books. Yeah. You read books.
But my second week was managing the new T-shirt for Pop-Off Vodka Presents because I wanted it to be different than the old one that we had, which was forever ago. So I had Jim Ether redo the artwork, and I had Brett Brock do some titling and stuff. But it took a fucking while. And now that was my second week. So in the third week, I look at Trace, I go, okay, now we can start. Now's the vacation. And it really... It took a while to wind down.
I had no idea you were doing any work at all, and I loved it. No. By the way, we will get to the title of this podcast, because the Chailles don't know about this, and Chad Shank doesn't know about this. The title of this podcast is Bisbee, We Have a Problem. But we'll get to that. I just want to...
Wait, how come Chad and I are the only ones who don't know about it? Maybe we're the problem?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I didn't want to come over anyway. Now I just want to go home.
I was in Hawaii, motherfucker.
Complicated.
I came home for this. You two, get out.
We waited for Chad to come because we need his input on this. But I had Tracy greet him at the door with a cocktail pre-poured and a double-strength Adderall.
I am feeling better than when I first got here. That's for certain.
But while if you bought the Pop-Off Vodka Presents an Evening with Doug Stanhope, I guess Hennigan put out a track first, because it's like basically 3 tracks, 3 20-minute bits that had to get cut out of other albums.
This was what we recorded in the FunHouse the night before you did No Place Like Home.
Right.
So it was all the stuff you knew you weren't going to do, but it had to go somewhere.
Yeah,
and we had a crew here. We had a film crew.
Right. And we wanted to test out filming in the FunHouse. Yeah. We cut out all the audience shots because they were overlit and awkward. I think. I haven't watched the fucking thing. But
God, no. Who would watch that?
I think he was doing... you have to talk to Hennigan. He knows, or he thinks he knows what he's doing when it comes to business. So... We've talked a lot about putting out like just 20-minute specials.
Yes.
I guess it's on Vimeo. I don't know where it is.
Yes, it's on Vimeo. There's a clip that was on the last podcast that went out. I put a clip on there. I think I did. But I did put on the Near the Wild one.
There should be 3 tracks, and I think I did some bonus shit at the end.
Ooh, look at you.
Stuff I did on burner shit. I did like XM bootlegs. I think I did one bit that I really wanted to do again. But anyway, it's old shit that's not on anything else otherwise. There's China. That's like a 15, 18-minute bit. There's Bingo, the Canadian border story.
Oh, yeah. Nova Scotia.
No, that was, we were going into Montreal.
Ooh,
Maybe
I should watch this special.
No, maybe it was Nova Scotia was the story. You're right.
Level with me.
Yeah. Have you done cocaine? So that story, and then
that's a good story.
Whole Popov Vodka Presents story, which is very funny because I talk about how we don't have sponsors on the podcast, and then one of the sponsors I trash is now an actual sponsor or has been since then. It's an old bit, but they're funny stories, and it's out. It's going to come out on VHS, a limited run.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that on my third week, but I decided to have a vacation.
Yeah, for hard copies, we're going to do like a run of 500 VHS only to get ahead of the hipster curve, where now vinyl's cool, so we're going to do VHS only.
Black Pussy is the one, that band, Black Pussy, is the one who, I think it was Chief, who got me our VHS dupe company. So,
all right, we'll talk about that. Chaille's literally just got home 2 hours ago. They wiped their ass. They set up a podcast on the patio so we don't interrupt football inside.
Hey, Brett Erickson, take a 3-week break from your bidet, then tell me what it's like.
So dogs will bark as people come in and out for the two games right now. Kansas City is up 14-3 on Tennessee. All right, here we go. Things you missed. Christmas. We're talking good neighbors, bad neighbors. Let's start with bad neighbors because I think it goes in that order. I don't know who was here when Tranny Danny stuck his fucking tattooed, shriveled fucking crank face over the fence, and we're all sitting out here on the patio.
But Chad, you weren't here, right, Chad?
No,
okay.
If Chad was here, we would have.
We
would have done a podcast without you. We would have figured out the equipment. If Chad was here, I'd be doing it alone because Chad would be in jail and Tranny Danny. Tranny Danny's he's a local character. He's not a tranny. He nicknamed himself. If that gives you. He used to love to go to the old Miss Bisbee pageant on Labor Day or Memorial Day and dress up like a chick. He said he's a problem. He's a nightmare.
He's a landowner.
Evidently.
Outside of town. He begs for change out in front of Elmo's, but
Safeway. I would go to Safeway.
He has property out in
way out near Chad somewhere. I drove him home once. He was hitchhiking and I felt like I needed the karma. So I drove him, and he stunk so badly. He's probably like late 30s, maybe he's early 40s now. He's just this vagrant fucking scumbag, tweakery guy that, like, we met him when we were building the fence, meaning not me or Bingo. When Bingo commissioned Shawnee to build this giant fucking fence, Shawnee hired couple guys, Tranny Danny and Jedi Mike as helpers.
Who's the other guy?
Russ Dunn. Yeah, God rest his soul. Yeah. He was fucking great. But even he got fired. He had to fire. I think Shawnee fired all of them for.
Shawnee built it by himself.
But this Tranny Danny guy, I would be at home and it looks like no one's home, and he would just walk in and like Ichabod would bark. He's still like. Ichabod is kind of trained to bark at problems without us training him. Tranny Danny showed up twice where we couldn't say no. One was Russ Dunn's memorial. The other was Whiskey Girl Nowhere Man memorial. So there's like 80 people here. And you're like, all right, I can't tell you to fuck off during a memorial, but I'm just going to shadow you because you're going to steal my shit. He's that guy. You know, if he shows up, he's going to steal your shit. That's why he would come by when he thought no one was here. He'd go, I just wanted to stop by, man. He doesn't really talk like that, but...
For radio, he does.
And fucking Ichabod would shadow him as well. And just in a party of 80 people, he'd just be barking all the time at Tranny Danny. Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Maybe he had an open wound on his foot. I missed you guys.
So we're having a nice Christmas. It's been beautiful weather, probably just as nice as Hawaii here. So we're out one of the Christmas, 3 days of Christmas, because there's 3 days of football. No one knows which one was Christmas. And he stuck his head over, oh, I didn't know there's a party going on. And I went, fuck off. And I say that in all caps. I was like in no mood. He already, when Tom was here, he stopped by and just walked in through the fucking gates. And Tom doesn't know him. He's like, how can I help you? And, pushes him out with his chest. How can I help you? I helped build this fence, man. And that's what he did to me when I said, fuck off. He goes, I helped build the fence. You got fired from building the fence. No, I didn't. Shawnee's sitting right next to me, who hired him and fired him. But Shawnee's trying out a new batch of mushrooms. Like after, like I say, see all these cameras that are installed? They're there for you. Don't ever come to my house again. They're there for me. He's all proud.
I'm on TV.
I'm like, what? No one really backed me up on the Tranny Danny thing. Like everyone knows he's this giant problem in Bisbee. He just got out of jail for beating up some guy that he could. He's a fighter. He swings. Yeah. He misses mostly, but he fights all the time. And he beat the shit out of some guy who couldn't fight. And they put him in jail for 7 months, and now he's out.
7 months?
Yeah.
So he's ripped?
All we could see was his mohawk shaved homeless head over the fence, but he fucked off. That's one bad neighbor. While you were gone, bad neighbor Jeff, who is a nice guy. He's 2 doors down that way. He nicknamed himself again. If you give yourself the nickname Bad Neighbor Jeff, because he just irritates the fuck out of everyone. He's just a really bad drunk. Nice enough guy, but when he comes around, it's all about, you guys hate me, or I love you, man. It's just, he makes every conversation about him. Yeah. So, Chaille, you missed this. He showed up at football. Brad is here. Brad is a timid character, to say the least. He talks a lot about the Packers, his list. They need a better secondary next year. But he's a beautiful...
He's a Ren Fair
He's
Packer
the opposite of Chad Shank. Yeah, he's a steampunk Ren Fair.
I tease him about being a hipster a lot. He's a little guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's nice.
He's too old to be a hipster, but he still tries.
Yeah.
He puts his back into it. So bad neighbor Jeff comes over during football, late, dark out.
Christmas weekend football.
And bad neighbor Jeff just takes over the whole room with, you guys hate me, but I love you, man. And you're like, just be a fucking normal guy. He's not a bad person, but he just makes the entire scene about how you feel about him or how he feels. They just sit and be a fucking normal guy and have a drink. Look at everyone else having a drink. Look at the football. Make a witty retort about something.
Or don't. Pretend you're at Safeway.
That's the thing.
You don't tell everyone at Safeway you hate me as you walk through the fucking meat section.
Because they end up hating you.
Yes.
So this goes on, and he leaves. He goes, it's because I drank all your booze. I'll be right back. And he comes back with a bottle of booze. See, I bought booze. That's not what it's about. And at some point, Brad ran out of patience, and Brad just fucking teed off on him. Going, you always fuck up every party. You have to leave right now. I was singing Coward of the County by Kenny Rogers.
That's the look
Everyone considered him, and I'm laughing, and I'm going, Brad's throwing you out. You gotta go. And he's like, I don't care.
This never happens.
I'll always love you.
We don't have a protocol for this.
To see Brad
you just gotta go.
Fucking just stand up and no, you fuck up everything. And then Jeff, I'm going. I'm always going to love you, Doug. I'm going to leave. I know what you think. And he walked about 4 steps away from the door, turned on his heel, and came back and goes, I know, it's because I'm a Republican. The whole room fell apart. But also, yeah, Brad since then has been a hero around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the bad neighbors. Good neighbors. Where's Morgan?
I think she just went inside the funhouse. Or she went to go back to look at her new dead lady stuff.
Morgan Murphy is here. She just rented the place 4 doors down where Anne Marie used to do massage. It's just part-time. She wants to come out and write.
Dip a toe in the water.
Yeah. And we finally met our new neighbors right next door in neighbor Dave's old place.
They're like a younger couple. Like 2 months ago they moved in.
No, it's been way
a while.
longer than that.
Oh shit, I've been gone a month.
The gay bikers don't live there anymore?
No, they moved out and like almost immediately that one, for some reason they can rent that simply because that doesn't sit for very long.
It's a rental, and we saw new neighbors move in. So I left a gift box at their front door. I forget, wine and
came
some
over
other shit.
once really quick. Before
I never met
Halloween. Before Halloween. We said hello or something. It was really quick. So but they came over and hung
we
out.
left a gift box saying, "Welcome to the neighborhood. Here's our number if you need anything," hoping they're cool. And then they left a letter saying, "Hey, that was so nice. It was so hectic moving in and all this bullshit, and thanks, that made our day."
But you hate me.
But they put a joint in it
oh.
to reciprocate for the bottle of wine or whatever booze.
I like these new neighbors.
They're fucking great. We finally met them. It's been at least 7 months.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's been a while. You've been gone a month.
I know. You're right.
Time is really, really hard to tackle anymore. It's been at least 7 months.
You know you wrote a book, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Not going over so well.
I got these ink stains on my hand.
So they came over, was it New Year's? When was that? I guess it was New Year's, 3 days of New Year's. And she suffers, Al and Al, they're the Als. It's Al and Elena. So Al and Al is an easy way to remember it.
Well, I'm already sensing something. It's not bad, Al and Al. So
No, we nicknamed them.
That's great.
Al and Al. They came over New Year's Eve, let's say, one of those 3 nights. She suffers from seizures.
What?
And we had a house full.
Wait, okay.
She
So
suffers.
this was New Year's because, like, the next day I was trying to talk to you, like, trying to call you, you wouldn't answer, and then there was, like, I saw a tweet that said, "After all this, it's going to be a while."
That's right there. That's the mannequin in the
Yeah.
wheelchair
All right.
with the.
So it was New Year's.
Okay, let me get to that.
We're establishing a timeline. This was New Year's because that's when they must have come over.
Well, Bingo was here. Bingo had just gone to bed. Is it okay to talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay, Bingo went up to Tucson because Jenya was in town with the baby, her best friend.
Awesome.
If you read her book, you'd know it. Bingo, Let Me Out. Get that on Amazon.
Signed copies
Plugs.
now available at DougStanhope.com/store.
So the neighbors come over fairly late, probably 10, I don't know. He explains to me that she suffers from seizures, like real bad. Bingo had just had a seizure again. This time we know, the seizures were not cocaine related, as the doctor explained to us when she was in the hospital. But this time, there's another stressful situation where, that wasn't in Tucson. That was Colorado. She was
Fort Collins.
She was working on her audio book, doing the editing. So every time Bingo's had a seizure, this one put her in the emergency room. But she was just fortunately laying down on a couch this time.
Not on a tight wire going across.
But still,
that's why
ambulance.
I lay on couches almost 90% of the time.
Dude, you are safe.
Better to be safe.
You are safe.
Yeah.
You and your dogs.
So when the new neighbors come over, I'm pretty fucking plastered. So I'm trying my best to not slur too much until they get drunk. And he explains to me, well, she has seizures, so she works from home. And I'm like, oh, seizures, I should get Bingo. You're going to be fast friends.
Like they know each other? What are you saying?
I know. Well, I said I was pretty fucking hammered. It's New Year's Eve.
You people.
You people?
Well, Al explains to me that Al, his wife, has seizures not like several times a day. sometimes as many as 30 times a day.
What?
Since she was 11, she's now 31. The longest she's gone without a seizure was 72 and a half hours.
Wow. So
and
he
we're
married
sitting
her
out
like
here
that.
on the patio. She's in there getting a drink amongst a bunch of fucking riffraff around here, probably trying to make conversation. Like, well, let's get her out of there, first of all.
You got one of those trash can dollies and moved her to the up next to a tranny Danny.
She had flavors of seizures. Like she could go, well, that one was a minor. This is she had them labeled. This is grand mal. This is fucking petite mal. This is the fucking grande latte. This is the this and that. And so they're fantastic people. They're again young, early 30s.
Yeah.
He works for the city or the county or the state or something, and she does eBay stuff because she can't leave the house having 30 fucking seizures a day. And so we got her out, and Bingo came out while she was having seizures, but they got really bad. So Bingo took her into the FunHouse. We cleared out the FunHouse.
Took her into a bar.
Well, she was out here on the patio. We're having cocktails, just a few of us, so we can have a conversation because I don't know them. And it was really cool, but then she went down hard. She went down Bingo style, so Bingo went, all right, I'll get out of bed. I'm on duty. And she was out there for a couple hours trying to get right. But she puked all over the driveway.
What?
In front of the FunHouse because just from the seizures. So I thought it was appropriate because she felt really bad. I can't believe I'm doing this. We just met you. That's just my condition. Blah. So I did the worm on my belly in her vomit, in my Arizona Cardinals sweatshirt there.
That was a vomit in the tweet.
Well, I thought that was an appropriate way to show her that she's in the right space.
Good job.
If you're
Or clear the house. Everyone would leave.
I'm sure I did half that too. Time for some people to go.
I assumed it was blood. She fell and hit. She fucking vomited? That's way grosser.
So you're
I
saying
thought
you're
rolling in her vomit would let her know because she kept saying how sorry she
One
was
of
and
us.
she's embarrassing.
Wanna
Exactly.
gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Exactly. I still stand by that
now,
play.
so now they refer to you as bad neighbor Stanhope, is what you're saying?
Probably. But she went in the FunHouse, and Bingo and the husband talked her down over a course of time, and she just felt really awful. Like this, that's kind of what we're here for. Is when you're like, she wasn't a fuck up. She wasn't like, I'm gonna chug this whole thing.
Yeah.
She's just having problems.
Well, and she probably limits where she goes because of that. So, yeah, this is the place. I agree with you.
They're
Next
gonna come
door
over
is
today.
it.
Yeah.
Next door, one way or the other,
Yeah.
and the other one's for sale. So.
Drag her home easy if you need to.
No, they're coming over today. The next
Nice.
day, I went and walked. They have 2 dogs. One's fat as shit. So me and the husband walked the dogs for the first time. I walked the dogs in months, and hit the trails. And I said, "Hey, we're doing football this weekend. Seizure friendly." They said, "What can we bring?" So they'll be by.
A mop and a bucket,
Some
Well,
paper towels.
we finally
a
walked.
bib.
We finally walked them home that night, and I'm covered in the vomit sweatshirt, tits to belly button, covered in vomit, and I put the sweatshirt on the mannequin in the wheelchair, covered in vomit, and set it next to their door. And then took a picture. I tweeted the picture the next day. Yeah, it was one of those kind of New Year's. My team, it's an Arizona Cardinals jersey. My team, my wheelchair, my mannequin, someone else's vomit. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming.
When they come over, we should all dress up like the first 2 rows of a Gallagher show.
Garbage bags.
Yeah.
There's too many of us. I was going to say, we have big black garbage bags in there. Just, pull out just half a dozen and just cut neck holes in them.
Not the good ones.
So as soon
We
as
need
they
the good
show
ones.
up, we'll go, oh, the owls are here, and everyone bag up. The end of the story is after I tweeted that picture, wheelchair still out there, I drive by and there's no sweatshirt, and then I come back from Safeway and the washed sweatshirt is back over the mannequin.
Good
They're
neighbors.
cool as shit.
Nice.
Good neighbors. Wow.
I don't know what happened to Murphy.
Well, let's take a break.
Hang on, I'm going to set this up because the payoff will be after the break. Beckers are going to be here. Yeah. Beckers are going to be our new neighbors starting the 21st. Looking forward to that. The Gumps are here. They lived in a camper down on another street. They're kids. They're going to be a whole other podcast in themselves. I've already pre-podcasted Gump.
What the fuck's been going on?
Oh, wait.
I haven't been here either, so I'm just as clueless as you.
Me and Chad are holding hands under the table.
Wait till after the break. This is where, Bisbee, we have a problem. All right. The Chailles are back from their Hawaiian debacle, and I assume when we finally get to a podcast where we talk about your Hawaii vacation, I bet it goes a lot like the Brady Bunch's Hawaiian vacation. There was some kind of emulet or what do you call those?
Ggreg had a tiki that he didn't want to return to the sacred site.
All right, we'll save that for another podcast because
cliffhanger.
The Trailies on vacation, that's a separate one. But let me ask you a serious question, Ggreg, and tell me.
Who's this Ggreg? Who's Ggreg?
Ggreg,
Who's this
Mr. Chaille. Oh, shit, I think Tennessee Titans might win this fucking thing by a point. Go Titans! Ggreg, Chaille, coming home, what was the thing you missed most after a sentence of a month in Hawaii?
You know, I see where
Be honest.
I'll tell you right now. The one thing I didn't miss was any of the Blue Aprons because I put it on pause. You can put your Blue Apron box, your weekly box on pause. And it's all online. And you go, oh, I want this meal. I want this meal. I don't want this one, but I want this one. I want vegetarian. I want fish. I don't want pork.
You had a lot of New Year's resolutions
there. There's a lot of shit going on. And you can also say, hey, stop it. You know what else you can do? You can say, hey, send it to Chad for a week or two.
He did that. We enjoyed the shit out of it.
Well, thanks for thinking of me at Christmas. I got a tie clip. Can Blue Apron guarantee that when you put it on pause for a month, it's not just sitting in a warehouse, the same box, stewing in mold?
They don't hold your box.
Because it's not my bullet points. I want a Blue Apron guarantee.
It's not coat check for your food. They will suspend. And then when you want to start it up again, you start it. And when you want to start it up again and you want to send it to Chad or the lovely Denise from the store.
I notice you don't point out the Gumps who don't have a refrigerator, any place to cook.
You do need an address.
Do they have Gump Low Blue Apron where it's all like MREs, non-perishable Blue Apron?
I thought you were going to go the other way where it's like, can they send it to a P.O. box?
Can they send it to a van?
We need a P.O. box size Blue Apron that just goes in. Come on.
Freeze dried.
They're all the same.
I got mine in a vending machine. Yeah. I don't have an address. What do you got for you? What are you coming home to?
Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country.
In the entire country?
This country.
Does that include Puerto Rico? Because they're in dire straits right now. They live like the Gumps.
I wish I could say. You're the Bisbee Puerto Ricans.
Oh, don't worry. Eventually, we're going to get to the Gumps on a podcast.
But inside jokes.
Yes, no, it's inside baseball. But
maybe I should have started with Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone.
It should be.
It should be.
Unless you're in Puerto Rico.
A chicken in every pot, a Blue Apron in every mailbox.
Hey, we did this a couple months ago where we talked about the wine plan. That's another option that you can get from Blue Apron. But there's also the family meal plan, and there's also the 2-person meal plan, which is what Tracy and I do.
Good.
So we get 3 meals for 2 people.
Good. And family people out there, you're listening to the wrong podcast. You should have gone a different direction. But yeah, the 2-person plan, that works good. Or is there just a guy alone, sad plan? Because that's my fan base.
You know there is.
Target market.
You know he's fat. Just eat the 2-person plan like you know you want to.
It's true. See, you're a problem solver, Chad Shank, and you're always down on yourself.
Chad got a couple weeks of
with your suicide and your murder. What about being a problem solver for Blue Apron?
Hey, for 8 weeks, Blue Apron is teaming up with Whole30. That's like a weight loss thing. To bring you delicious recipes. Their menu will feature 2 Whole30 approved recipes each week, like Mexican spiced barramundi with avocado. That's a white fish, not too fishy. Togahashi. Fuck. Chad, what does that say?
It just says somehow the Kansas City Chiefs might have just won.
Togarashi chicken.
Okay. I went too soon to the R. Togarashi chicken lettuce cups with avocado and kale and sweet potato salad. Kickstart your new year with Blue Apron and Whole30.
Blue Apron is treating the Doug Stanhope podcast listeners to their first 3 meals, a $30 value with your first order if you visit blueapron.com/Stanhope. So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off with free shipping at blueapron.com/Stanhope. I don't like saying /Stanhope over and over again in front of Chad Shank. He's going to think it was the voices in his head that said /Stanhope. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Give me one of those block rockin' beats.
I got one. How about this? New year, new sheets.
New year, new sheets. I did bathe for the first time in the new year, 9 days in.
So wouldn't it be good, like, at the beginning of the year when you take your annual bath, that you actually get a new set of sheets? Why not Brooklinen?
Why otherwise? Why would you not? Why would you not? Brooklinen sheets. They say you spend a third of your life in bed, but I spend about half of my time in bed. I sleep for a third, and then I add in another third or a quarter or an eighth of just sitting in bed wishing I was still asleep because Brooklinen sheets. If you've ever stayed at my house, you stayed on Brooklinen sheets. Only if you were in my bed. And don't ever do that again. Because the other beds have shitty sheets. 10-count sheets. Hey, but they're colored. Hey, it's magenta to match the walls. Yeah, the magenta is going to come off on your back. Get the fuck out of my bed.
I thought that was a My Little Pony tattoo on your back. You just have night sweats.
Yeah.
It came off.
Those are 5 counts, and they go down a count every time someone sleeps in them. My bed, Brooklinen sheets. I sleep like a baby, and I wait till you trudge out of here, you drunken slob. Oh, yeah, we let him sleep in the rape trailer. Are those Brooklinen sheets? No, they're not Brooklinen sheets in the rape trailer. They're barely sheets. It's almost a tarp. Almost all sheets compared to Brooklinen sheets are a tarp.
Hey, get the high quality.
Cover up your canoe with other sheets. If you want to sleep like a king, get Brooklinen sheets, and they mail them right to your house. You don't have to drive drunk to get sheets. Stop driving drunk to get sheets. This is something I try to preach to my fans. You don't have to drive drunk all the way to Sierra Vista, 25 minutes and back, and go around the circle where the cops hang out to get good sheets. You just go to brooklinen.com. Perfect sheets show up at your door. You sleep better than your neighbors. I don't know about you. If you have a window that faces your neighbor, you leave your sheets up at night, put bright lights on, and just put your middle finger up at the neighbors.
Like a shadow puppet show.
You have to prop it up with a crutch because you're going to sleep like a baby on Brooklinen. But you want them knowing they're sleeping on shitty Target sheets. I hope that we're not killing a Target sponsorship in the future by Anyway, Brooklinen sheets, seriously, sleeping is the most important drug in your life. You do your acid, you do your 2CB, you do your ecstasy, you do whippets on top of it. Cartoons form before your eyes for a minute or two, but no drug is better than an 11-hour sleep where you're dreaming. I had dreams last night. So many people were dead. It was so vivid. No acid trip can bring you to the place that good sleep brings you with just vivid, antagonizing, haunting dreams. That's the hallucination, and to get that, you need good sheets. Hit it. Come on, Chaille, hit it.
You got everything. I was just trying to start with New Year, new sheets. I thought that was clever. And then you went into some fucking acid trip and the sheets that will make everything be better in the morning.
I don't sell shit I hate.
I know you don't. And that's what I love.
Kayak, your canoe. You might as well.
No, that's other people's sheets, honey. Don't open your mouth if you don't know the shot. Glenn Ross.
These are high quality sheets and bedding you deserve without the luxury retail prices or the overwhelming big box store shopping experience while drunk.
There you go.
I like that.
Let me
Don't drive
hit the
drunk.
calls to action so whoever writes this ad copy knows to fire the person who writes this dull, I love my Brooklyn and sheets. Try these sheets, and I know you'll love them too. Really? Where's the acid trip in this? Where is the lucid dream where you're floating, dunking a basketball? You go to you're gonna dunk over people, but you stay floating and you do a full 360 with your middle finger out at all the people sitting in the church pews around you. That's the kind of acid dream you can have without the acid on Brooklyn and sheets. And if you wake up from that dream, you can go sit to pee and come back and go right back into it because it's that comfortable. Brooklinen.com has an exclusive offer for just my listeners. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Stanhope at Brooklinen.com.
In fact, Brooklinen is so confident that you'll love your new sheets that they offer a risk-free 60-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all of their sheets and comforters. There's no reason not to give these sheets a try.
The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code Stanhope at Brooklinen.com.
How do you spell that?
Hang on, Bingo, you want to try?
Stanhope.
She's close. That's Brooke, BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code, yell it.
2DF.
No, Stanhope, you fucking idiot. Brooklinen, the best sheets ever. Now we're back. Are we back?
We're back.
We're back. This is where it all went south. You might remember this from months ago on a podcast.
Oh, fuck.
Hello, Doug. This is Will from north of Seattle. I bought that piece of land next to your place at 220 Van Dyke, the empty lot. Nice viewing deck up there at your place, brother. We read this on the air. I ignored it.
We didn't read this, did we?
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this.
Oh, maybe I just read it to you in the FunHouse.
Or to no one.
The city proposed says that the proposed structure would need to be 20 feet back from the property line by the street. Do you own that little piece of fucking land back there? I can run sewer through. I'll give you some dough, brother.
Next to us downstairs.
Yeah.
Where the Shitty Dell is.
This little tiny lot right beside the deck on top of the FunHouse has been for sale since I moved here.
A deformed pizza pie. Like a slice. A slice of pizza.
Right. It's a triangle on a 50-degree angle, or I don't know angles.
Yeah. It's a pretty high incline.
Like moon rock. It's scrub. There's no fucking way you could build on it. I thought about buying it just so no one would ever move there. But I thought, no one would ever buy that. It's the shittiest...
I said, why wouldn't you to keep someone away? And you said, who would ever buy it?
Mm-hmm. Will from north of Seattle. So we ignore this for months. I'm in Safeway. I walk out. Sometimes I get recognized, and it's fun in town. I was at dollar store before Christmas and buying some dumb shit because I'm bored, and I had a coupon
At a dollar
At
store?
dollar store?
For $5 off. It comes in the circular.
$5 off.
$5
You could buy the
off.
store.
If you buy $20 or more, you get $5 off. So that was my impetus to go save $5 by buying $20 worth of shit I don't need that's plastic and garbage. So I'm having fun. I've been off for 7 weeks or something. Yeah, I got everything done around the house.
And more.
Then I don't know what to do with myself. I'm like finally bored. So I go and I have my coupon and they had burner socks. They had burner socks in a discount shelf of all sorts of gloves and hats and t-shirts and fucking
Burner socks is what you use on the road. So you pack a ton of them and you knock
Cheap
down
ass.
the days by throwing away a pair of socks every day.
If you read my book, This Is Not Fame, available now and voted the best book written by a comedian 2nd year in a row. The last
Congratulations, by the way.
by the Interbank. And that was without asking the killer termites for fucking votes. Yeah. So thank you, real people, real votes. I walk in and I go, oh fuck, they got burner socks in here. $5 for 10 pair, 50 cents a pair. You just put them on in the morning, throw them away the next morning, put on a new pair. And so I get my other $20 worth of shit, which is probably like $60 worth of shit. And I break out my coupon and I go, this counts for those, right? Because they were on a special. He goes, no, there's fine print, socks and underwear not included.
No way.
So I went, really? Really? And I went over to the display right by the cashier and I read, there is fine print underneath. No socks and underwear. So I'm angry and I just throw them back in. But fortunately I smiled. And then I came back and I said, okay, these 3 for $10, 12 packs of Coke. There's no fine print on these, right? But I'm smiling. And he goes, no, that's a special. That counts. And he goes, I've been waiting for you to come in. I moved here 11 months ago from such and such, and they said, don't worry, eventually you'll meet him, and I'm really glad to meet you. And I'm like, I am so happy that I didn't throw a fucking tantrum in my pajama pants at a Family Dollar about burner socks and fine print. I was smiling about it. So that's happened a couple times. Best Buy, my computer shit the bed for a minute. So I bring it to the fucking Best Buy in Sierra Vista because they're the only people you can go to. And if Geek Squad, fat fucking idiot, they actually wear badges on their belts. And I go, wow, maybe this guy's a cop because I was flicking him shit. And then I go, oh, it says Geek Squad. You fucking failure. So I'm flicking him shit, and he just didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and then he was going to charge me $99 to ask him a question. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm just going to go buy another piece of shit. I'm yelling, I'll just buy another piece of shit laptop that's going to fail like every one of your other laptops. Give me this one, and then we don't have it in stock. Then why is it out as a display? I spent $1,400 and took mine home, and then mine worked again. So...
Did you try the power button?
But again, as I'm going ape shit, this kid that I had asked about one of the laptops goes, I'm just a stock guy. I should get you a guy who knows about laptops. And I go, that's fine. And he followed me out into the parking lot. And he said, no, you can keep walking while we talk. It was like a theft prevention guy. Yeah. No, I need to talk to you. Let's just walk and keep calm. And he goes, I'm sorry about what happened in there. I'm a huge fan. And he had a fucking Sharpie and a thing. Will you sign this? I go,
will you sign your dead computer?
Absolutely. There's nothing better than throwing a fucking shit fit and then someone wants an autograph. He actually got on Twitter. He joined Twitter to say, sorry about what happened at Best Buy. It was really cool to meet you.
Then he got fired by Best Buy for...
I bet he did. Yeah. I bet he did. Because he didn't know to not put Best... He was replying to me shitting on Best Buy on
Best
Twitter.
Buy. What? Don't do that.
What are you doing, son?
Come on. Don't you even listen to the special?
Not that many. All right. So I get stopped outside a Safeway. Hey, Doug. And I went, yeah. He goes, I'm Will. I'm your neighbor. And I went, oh, where? The vacant lot next to your... And I went, oh, no, this guy's a real person. He goes, I bought the, and I went, why would you buy that fucking lot? I just went right at his, why would you buy that? It's the biggest piece of shit lot in Bisbee. Like, what? And he goes, well, you know, we wanted to move, and my wife Jill, and can we run sewage through? And I just steamrolled over. Did you get my letter? I go, yeah, I think I did, but why would you actually buy that? You can't build on that. He goes, yeah, we just need to run sewage, and I steamroll over the sewage thing. I go, that's crazy. You can't, there's no worse lot that you could buy. He goes, well, we like the view of the hills. You can see the fucking hills from... And I go, this doesn't make any sense.
We like the view of the hills?
Every lot here has a view of the hill.
The whole street has a view of the hills. What you're saying is that the footprint that lot has is so bad that why would you do that unless
moon divots.
Why would you do that? Unless
that's why I dismissed the letter.
We know why, right?
When I reread the letter, I can't tell if he's a fan or not, because this came snail mail. If he really wanted...
Oh, you mean personal?
He could have just found my name.
Like the serial killer had something to prove?
Came snail mail, which obviously we get a lot of fan mail. We solicit it. But there's nothing in here that hints to he knows who I am. He could have got this from county records and wants to ask the neighbor if he can run sewage through their property.
We sent you a plat line, like this is a platting of the city. I mean, he owns
But
it.
he knew me enough to wait outside in front of fucking Safeway for me to come out. I assume saw me in an aisle. They don't live here. He says in this one day I want to build a structure there. So,
this is what I said.
I know, but I think he's not going to be able to do it. I still don't think
he's going to be able to do. He's going to be able to try and fuck you on where the FunHouse is because of an easement.
20 feet.
20 feet, which actually, we'll talk off air because I just realized why he can't.
We already
Well, that's what I didn't want to say because I wanted to tell him anything. He doesn't know.
It's not like the FunHouse was not built without fucking city code. We had to have the city inspector over here, so that's
the guy on mushrooms that fired the guy in the dress.
No, that's not the city and it's building inspector.
Well, who knows? It's all a mix. It's a melange here.
The amount of effort it would take to build anything on that piece of shit uphill granite fucking slab.
He's coming from Seattle.
And I go, you're insane. He goes, well, my wife, she thought, I go, then your wife's crazier than you. I go, why would you buy that specific lot? And he goes, well, it was only $6,000. That's what it went down to. And I said, I would have paid you that to not have you anywhere near me.
Doug, we had
I know. I didn't think
cheaper. It was cheaper from the realtor when they said, look, I'll give you that for this. And he was like, why? Who would ever get there? Who would ever buy that? What idiot would ever buy that sloping, rocky terrain like the moonscape?
That's what I said. I said, I would have spent $6,000 to not have you near me, but I didn't think anyone was that insane. And he goes, well, honestly, when we looked at it, we felt a really good energy. And I went, good luck with that. Here's us ruining your energy. Because you have to understand, when you go up on the deck now, this guy was by twice, the next day and the day after, clearing some brush, trimming fucking trees, scraping them against the side of the fence. And when he'd walk by, he could see directly into my fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
This is worse than when you have fucking house guests that fucking walk through the... Like, all right, I'm in my underwear, and you're going to walk through the fucking driveway right now, and I got to shut the fucking curtains.
Earlier, he called good neighbors the ones who came over here and had seizures and threw up.
Yeah, but
this guy's worse.
But this guy is, like, if he actually tried to live there, he would be the neighbor guy, the famous one from the Tim Allen. Like, he can look over the fence. He can just, and right fucking there. The reason that's a good view from the deck is because there's no one in that lot.
Yeah.
If you were on the deck that we fucking built as a monument, you would just be looking right down on him feet away, probably in his boxers, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Doug, now I think you can understand. The reason someone would buy a tiny footprint of a lot is because they don't need to go wide. They're going to go up. That's why you should have bought it. That's why the killer termite.
Too late.
The killer termite should have bought it.
As far as I'm concerned, it's all capitalism, because if he's got to pay him more than 6 to get rid of him, I'm thinking I can get 12 to get rid of the guy. So...
Let's not go there publicly.
Oh, man.
Listen, and as I walked away, he did this after he said he had got good energy. Him and his wife got good energy from the lot. And I went, good luck with that. And I just spun and bailed. And he did a namaste bow.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no. So Jobi took the high ground in the days of discussion. There's no way anyone can build property on that lot. I've talked to experts, and they're not experts in building. There's no way you could have a peaceful life living on that lot. But Jobi, go ahead.
Okay, I was just the lot, so people can understand, is at a level that I can't imagine even trying to make a level spot to.
Well,
you
could build exactly stilts, why I never bought it.
At the top of it would be grade, and then it would be stilts all the way down.
Yeah, I wanted to buy even the one we have, the other lot behind us, the shitty Dell, just for parking. And I couldn't figure out how you could make parking on that lot, much less a house. That's why I never bought the fucking thing.
Well, you actually bought the shitty Dell because you thought your other structure would fall into their property.
No,
you were afraid.
Oh, Kenny. Oh, Andrew, you're already there. Looking over. There's not a gray Yaris. There's no car parked at the top of that, is there? I can see their where they park their fucking car in front of it.
No, that's a no.
Oh, man, we have a lot of things that we could do. Even the kids, the Gumps here, are going, we could bury a body there and pretend it's haunted. I go, it doesn't work on old people.
Too bad the Gumps left, and that's never going to happen.
Well, no, they're trying to play up the haunted angle because they're fucking 21-year-old kids. I said haunted doesn't work for old people.
Like the Mystery Machine with Scooby Doo gang.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're gonna come up with a body anyway. Why don't you just get rid of the one that's a problem? What the fuck are you making more work for yourself?
I can get you one. 10 minutes, I'll get you one body.
I said, haunted doesn't work for old people our age. Lawyers do. And you saw how they got rid of the fucking. I would never want to go that route, but how they got rid of the trailers over the pretty trailers. Remember, it was a big city thing.
The yellow trailer.
Yeah, the yellow trailer. So don't have to fill in the fucking listener. They had a big thing where, aged people with lawyers got rid of something that they considered an eyesore. I consider eyes looking at me real close up an eyesore.
Their eyes are making you sore.
I thought that I should make them an offer where, just like I said at Safeway, when you hijacked me in the parking lot, I'll pay you $6,000 to get rid of you, plus any travel costs, any court paperwork. Yeah, I'll pay all the closing costs and your $6,000 to not have you here, and that goes down $1,000 a day. Otherwise, Hatfield, meet McCoy. I'll move you comfortably to another lot.
I think we should have stopped talking about this about 5 minutes ago. You shouldn't talk about a strategy on a podcast that's going to go out.
Well, Jobi went the opposite way. Right. Now we'll go over the letter that he sent me initially about sewage, where Jobi found where they could be an asset. I don't see how that happens without a giant billboard.
Once again,
listen, I'm going with the juvenile shit.
All right.
I'm keeping the funny stuff. Don't worry, I'm not opening my fucking thick vest on the podcast.
I want there to be someone to say Chaille tried to stop it.
Baseball stadium spotlight. So if they look this way, they blind themselves. I can afford it. and it'll be within the easement
Like some
line.
Mercury.
Motion lights every time they move, it just turns on in their own house.
A bat goes by.
I like it.
That's a good one.
Porn soundtrack that every time the motion light gets set off, there's all male grunting right against speakers against the fence.
No, do the low end. We just get the bass bands. So we're like the U.S. military and trying to get rid of
Noriega.
Yeah.
Get Noriega out of the
He just
fucking
starts shitting
palace.
himself.
The brown sound.
You realize a couple of drunk nights in the Funhouse might do that naturally. We get some pretty fucked up music going in
Well, yeah, I have more information about him, and now we're going to have to go back to our fucking sneaky PI. We still haven't brought up that story, but yeah, that fucking... So, yeah, well, I don't... Just to find out if this guy is a fan, if he's moving there to be my friend, or if he's just a dude who's... I scored a fucking $6,000 lot. But how would he know me outside of fucking Safeway? Unless he Googled me. I don't know.
Well, he obviously Googled you. He sent you a letter.
Well, unless he might be listening to this, and that's why I'm holding the fucking thick knives fucking close to the vest. He's not. He wasn't a bad person.
Yeah.
It's just you can't have someone right there. I didn't think anyone would ever. Who else but an insane person?
You absolutely did not think anyone would ever.
No, and no one else ever did. That's why we don't have a parking lot there.
I said get it just because you can get it. And we were going to get a way better deal.
Not better than $6,000. I think it was 8 when, what's his name? 5? He offered 5.
I showed you a hand because I didn't want you to say anything.
You know why? When it dropped that bottom out, I didn't want to do it because I get separate... it's such laziness, but I get separate bills like every year to pay property tax on every fucking lot. And I'm like, Jesus, and you have to write a check. Just writing a check is so arduous.
Oh, writing
Can I
that
swipe
check.
the thing?
Writing a check that you have money for is so laborious.
The good thing is, and that's why I saved the first podcast of the year with Bisbee, we have a problem. Because he was over there twice. One time, Gumps were here. He went down to the neighbors behind us, who I think own the lot that he wants to run sewage through, so we don't have a say.
He could do either.
Well, I'm sure she owns the lot. But then I saw him up here. Then I saw him down there. Then I was up on the lot. Then he drove around down on Black Knob, and he saw me on top of the deck. And I was waiting. I go, I'm going to hear that car make the lap because they want to talk to me again. So I disappeared. And then every time I had a fucking duck and cover in my own yard because he's out there trimming bushes, and I'm trying to low crawl to the funhouse from the main house to fucking get away from this fucking tool.
Could this be solved with a higher fence?
Bingo.
I know.
Already tested that metal because she tried when you first tried to do the fence around here. You had
8 to 10 foot separate. It's
not,
all
not legal. Yeah, that's
it's all separate sections of corrugated tin, whatever. 5, but they had them 8 to 10 feet high, staggered. And I remember the mailman came by when I came home to this monstrosity.
We were on tour.
I was in the UK, didn't know this was getting built. Bingo surprised me, and surprised the city by someone actually filing a complaint, which I wrote in the first book, to get a building code complaint in Bisbee, where everything's fucked up. Every single house is not up to code. Yeah. But to have someone complain, the mailman came by as I was coming in and said, what are you trying to build your own third world country? Fucking 8 and 10 foot sections of rusted corrugated tin. So, yeah, that's why we had to chop it down.
It made it stick. That's weird.
But we could put a billboard within our own property.
Well,
with our own sponsors like Blue Apron. Just facing them and them alone. We're going to have to do some fucking work. We're going to have to be diplomats. Jobi had an idea about how we could make this work. And I go, all right, that's positive. I don't want to start a problem. This place has been perfect. But that would fuck it up. That would fuck up the entire sanctity of everything we've built. And you look at fucking our friend in L.A. It's a whole fucking street except for one house, and he's been trying for 30 years to just get that one house.
Can you imagine what that price, what like the frustration price is? Like, look, just offer this, because it's the one blemish on that whole fucking thing. I just can't even imagine what.
How well-to-do are the people that have that they don't
that
care?
they would be like,
Just
or just like, no, my dad left me this house and I haven't paid a dime on it. I just pay like taxes from 1940s on it.
If you didn't have that whole block, I wouldn't even want to be there anyway.
It's a pretty sweet place though. Even their place. Yeah. But it's got to be a lot of money. Which is not what's going to happen here. We're not telling Will.
Anyway. So that's been my conundrum for the last several days since you left.
I'm starting at 12, Will. You're not going to get more than that, so.
Oh, no, I think we could go the other way.
No.
Because
he wouldn't even, I'll tell you right now, he won't even take 12. I'll say that. He won't. Because there's something else. There's another. There's an added value that we're not aware of.
He's really the namaste guy that feels good energy.
Really? He's a namaste guy.
What if he's that guy this week? He writes in his letter is in all capital letters, which is the exact same way I write. I'm suspicious already.
Chad doesn't like it because of the smell of his ink.
I can't imagine that when he said $6,000, you'd think that he was a pauper where they're going to squat. Like there's a tool shed that's been built there that's falling apart.
There's probably $10,000 worth of work that has to be done before you can even put
before you put a shovel in the ground.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's...
No, way more than that.
Yeah. I was being conservative.
Well, there's no water, there's no sewer.
Just to level the property, I'm saying.
There's no electric, because that's what we got from the realtor. There's nothing. There's no services to that unit. When I say unit, I mean a sloping, barren moonscape.
Okay, so say...
Doug, can I throw an extension cord over your corrugated wall?
They had a proper car. It wasn't like the fucking Gumps in some fucking Jim Goad Grapes of Wrath fucking trailer with things strapped to the roof. They had a decent car. If they're spending $6,000, like that's a bargain, so they can spend, $150,000 to make a structure that's livable. That doesn't make sense. So it's not the bargain. If they're fans, that would make sense. But if they know that I'm not fans of theirs, that should crush that good energy that they feel coming out of that property.
That we should all just go over there and fuck up the energy. That's the plan that we should do.
You know what?
Stand on it for a little while.
Let's just close on that, because this is the perfect year-long, hopefully more, teaser for the opening podcast, and we can keep you updated on that.
You're the dog.
And you know what? All we have to do is kill the energy. And how do you go to the fucking courts about fucking bad energy?
You go to the killer termites.
Yeah.
Bad energy. Just think bad
Point
energy.
being, that's our plan. Bad energy, or follow Jobi's good karma. But I don't see how that's going to work. We'll talk off the air. All right, Chad Shank is back. Jobi, you have a quick update about Deathpool, which I'm the goddamn winner of.
Yeah, you want to do Deathpool real
Wasn't
quick?
that the update?
Yeah.
On the, I have to say,
just
I
our
won
funeral home.
ugly
Yeah.
because someone that was a kill that other people beat me out of first place was a terrorist. Turned out a couple weeks later, he didn't get killed at all. He's
Exactly.
back.
We
So
rolled
they
the
lost
points
all
back.
their points and I won.
Yeah,
Thank you,
pulled them all back.
terrorism.
JT,
There is winners in terrorism.
everyone
Don't
wins.
let the terrorists win.
JT took second. So, yeah, good for him, too.
good.
And I think Jet
Congrats,
Lacey
JT.
took third. So, yeah, so that was great. We've got, 2018 starting up on the 15th. We've got a bunch of new code coming out. So the 13th is...
Let me reiterate that this year, and I'm doing it, I don't know if you're doing it, just because it exists, so it makes it simple for everyone that wants to play but doesn't want to do the legwork that all these other fucking hacks who have no goddamn lives can just sit around and search people, we have
Right.
auto pick.
Right.
I'm doing auto pick.
It's just
this
auto
year.
draft. You don't have to do anything. If you're lazy, it just picks for you. It takes from your death watch list alternates and top 100 celebrities. It just dumps it in and you can go.
You get the melange. Is that the word of the top 100 most picked, most likely?
I'm always looking to do less.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
This year we're doing auto pick.
So
in our league.
I think on the 12th or 13th they're going to roll the new code out, new site, look, everything. So it's going to be wonky for a day or two, but we don't start until the 15th.
And that's,
So that's
Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool, or the acronym.
DSCDP.com. We've got, let's see, the Killer Termites Funeral Home. We gave a bunch of prizes away last year. Flame Retarded took first. We Don't Need to Multiply is second. And Death Squad from last year that won.
These are their screen names, by the way.
But first place is like a 44-inch TV. A tablet is second place. We're giving all those prizes away. Check your emails. I've emailed all you guys. And we're going to do that again for Killer Termites this year.
Okay.
So it's open.
And the more people that play, the bigger the prizes.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Sign up.
Killer Termites is open, so you can start now. Let's see. Site-wide Spider Jerusalem. That's a screen name. And Twitter. He won site-wide and picked the new bonus category for this year, which is,
what is it?
Musicians.
Musicians.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, wow, last year was the year.
Last year
Musicians
was
are a
Bowie
bonus
and
point, so
Prince,
that's 25
Tom
points.
25 points, yeah.
Wow.
So Politicians was last year, but it seems all the...
Let me, before you have to get angry on them, we're going to decide if it's was Manson a musician? I'll
No.
throw that one at you. No.
No.
What is he known for?
He's known for killing people.
Yeah, so if someone played bongos before they killed their whole family.
Yeah. All right, here you go. What about William Shatner? Okay. What is he known for?
No.
He has an album.
But is one of my favorite songs on that
Absolutely,
album.
but
Yes.
he's known for
And
an actor
also,
first.
hold on a
Common
second.
People with Joe
Manson
Jackson.
wrote a song that the Marilyn Manson covered.
Yeah, but he's not known
No,
as a
it wasn't.
musician.
No, it was Guns N' Roses.
Point
Guns N'
being,
Roses.
if you start bitching, well, he's kind of a musician.
Yeah,
well,
you're gonna get
we
knocked back.
decide.
He's not known for that. You're right.
Yeah, you got to be known for
Okay.
for that.
Anything
Okay,
else on Death Pool?
Okay, on the 12th, next Friday, it's
January 12th, in the year of our Lord,
Stanhope,
2018.
Shank, and I'll be on Tucson Radio. It's 96.1
with
KLPX.
Christine Levine, Mamu. Yeah.
With Christine, and we're going to talk
I
a bunch
forgot
of
about
Death
that.
Pool and stuff like that. So yeah.
Hold on, talk slower. Doug wants to write it down.
And there's another podcast we'll be doing, Swapcast, I assume, on Super Bowl, since we're not having a Super Bowl
Oh,
party.
yeah. This is going to be great.
Yeah, Super Bowl weekend. We'll keep you updated on
Yeah,
that
it's gonna
once
be a
it's
big
set
one.
in stone. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. So yeah, tune into 96.1 KLPX Tucson on the 12th, and we'll be doing that with Christine.
Well, this is going to go out before that, so if there's a link to hear them online,
Hey,
I'll
we'll
put
tweet it out.
I'll put it in the show notes too.
Yeah,
Okay.
follow us on Twitter at Doug Stanhope. Chad Shank is at HD Fatty with a Y, at Ggreg Chaille, CHAILLE, and at Stanhope CDP for Jobi. That's the Death Pool Twitter account. And I guess that's it. We're going to be cranking these fucking podcasts out, and hopefully we can get together, have a little business meeting now that you're back, and have them go out on a consistent basis, maybe every Wednesday.
That's what we need to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about. Well, we have a schedule for the entire year, so
Good.
whatever you guys have been doing, do it more, because our sponsors. The only reason they re-up with us is because you guys are supporting us. So if we give you a promo code, fucking use it. That's it.
Oh my God, I have so many notes from when you were gone. Kenny versus the kid in tennis, they fucked me
I
over.
gotta take a piss. Let's take a break and do another podcast.
All right.
And then I got some presents to open from some people sent some stuff in.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You're going to have to wait till the
Yeah.
next podcast. Thanks for listening, and thank you for sending shit, and thank you for getting Chaille home safely, Jesus. Click. Did you hang up? No, I just said click. Hey, Bingo's new album is out. What's the title of the album, honey?
Are you amused?
Are You Amused? And that's available where?
Amazon.
Amazon and other, like,
You can go to
iTunes, I don't know.
bingobingaman.com and get the, wait, is that what it is? Yeah. It's bingobingaman.com. I was thinking your Twitter.
So play Are
And
You Amused?
Everything, all the links are there, and you can also get signed